I personally think poker should be considered a sport.
Oh my God, he won that, he won that.
Makes me cringe a little bit.
Why they do this? Because of love to football or
Love for money, I think.
money is ruining football?
I think obviously it brings bad things with it.
I envy you that you are so emotional. I don't care, honestly.
It took me ages to do that.
Don't say that, cry after football games.
Everybody does, don't they though?
Okay, poker face. Hello again, it's Olga, and this is the new episode of my podcast. Today I have a guest, and if I ask him, what's your favorite hand? He would probably reply, it's the hand of Manchester United's legendary goalkeeper, Edwin van der Sar, because football is all his life. Please welcome poker player, podcast host, diehard Manchester United fan, and content creator, Adam McKola. Adam, welcome, and can you please tell me if I said it right?
Perfect, yeah. Thank you very much for having me, Olga. It's good to be on.
Thank you for coming. When I was getting ready for the podcast, I checked your hand on mob and it said that you started playing poker not that long time ago. Your first results came in 2022. Can you please tell me how you get to it, how you started playing?
So we used to do a show, a football show back in the day. Obviously, I still do a few of them now. And that show was picked up by PokerStars to do. So it was a football show, and it was picked up by PokerStars to do a poker related show. And then from there, my relationship with PokerStars kind of built. We started getting invited to loads of live stops and stuff like that. And I think that started just around COVID time, probably around 2019, 2020, where we were just doing private home game style shows for YouTube. And then eventually I started going to these stops and I just got the bug for it. I properly loved playing poker. So I decided to just learn more about it myself, and pick things up. And then from there, it's just taken off really. Obviously still learning loads more. I'm doing coaching sessions with BBZ when I can get them in now. So I'm taking it more seriously on that end. But yeah, we were just football content creators that were asked to participate with PokerStars. And then about a year and a half ago, I became an ambassador with them. It's not been a very, very long relationship with poker, but it's been a fruitful one, and I really enjoy what I get to do. And I cashed my first DPT in the last DPT in Prague. So that was good to finally get over that. I've done okay in a few UK IPT tournaments as well. So yeah, it just grew from me not having a clue, doing a football show, which, you know, happened to do a poker series, and then just took off, and here we are now.
You have nice results. You play mostly tournaments?
Yeah, so I play a little bit online as well, but mainly just, I never play cash games.
Okay.
Unless it's, I find cash, I prefer playing cash when it's just friends and stuff like that. So yeah, tournament poker is where it's at for me at the moment.
Okay, can you tell me about your biggest win? It was in Brighton, biggest cash.
Yeah. I finished third. That was the one that Spraggy won in Brighton. So myself and Spraggy, like, we've become good friends doing this as well. And we managed to, I think for like 2.5 days, we were just on the same table together, and we managed to both make the final table, both make the top three. Dominic Niche was in the final three as well. And at that point, like, no disrespect to Dominic Niche, he's an amazing player. Like, I didn't know who Dominic Niche was. So I was playing, and I remember there's a hand where I went to Spraggy like, hey, this guy, I'm all right. I'm absolutely doing him. And he went, do you know who that is? And then he showed me his Hendon mob, and I was like, oh shit, maybe I shouldn't have said that. But yeah, like, it was a bit surreal to be on a final table with Spraggy and with Dominic Niche. And yeah, unfortunately I couldn't win it, but I did finish third, and it was a really good experience, because I don't think I'll do that often. Obviously, hopefully more things like that happen, but especially sitting down with one of my mates for so long as well. I think it just improved the experience a little bit. So yeah, Brighton, I finished third, and I've finished like top 50, top 100 in a few UK IPT events as well, which has been good.
It was great result. When I go for second day or third day, I try not to check the players because like I look at their hand and mobs, oh my God, he won that, like so much money won. So it's better not to do that. If it influences you. Like, and what about Spraggy? Did you make friends before that tournament with him or after?
So we, again, like through the show that we started, I say we start. I didn't start the first show that we did. Um, it was True George's show, and then Spraggy got invited onto that, and then we just became friends from there. We both support Manchester United. We both have similar sense of humor. Like we just became good friends. Like he's yeah. So from there really, and now yeah, I just bug him on every single stop.
I have the question like this. Who in poker do you think is most like Sir Alex Ferguson?
Ooh. I don't know if there is a Sir Alex Ferguson figure in poker because you don't really have managers, do you? And you don't like he was someone that just kind of ruled with an iron fist at Manchester United, but he was also someone that was very like a father figure to a lot of footballers as well. I don't think there really is. I think there's maybe some comparisons to players and stuff, but I don't know. Fergie was one of a kind, man.
So let's think which football player is more like Adam McKola then.
Oh God. Um, if you take away the football skills, probably a little bit Roy Keane. Never know what you're gonna get. Great footballer, but also very emotional. Can stick in a 2-footed tackle at times, but also, can get the win as well, more often than not. But yeah, I'd like to say Roy Keane, but it's probably not. It's probably more Phil Neville, unfortunately.
Okay, okay. Got you about your approach to poker. And what about love to football? How did it start? And what about love to Manchester United? How your
So
story
got
started?
yeah, because I'm not from Manchester, so I'm from Birmingham. So my my Manchester United kind of support started with my dad when I can't even remember when I started supporting them. It was just something that felt natural to me. Like it was just like knowing my name really, that knowing I was a Man United fan. So I kind of just grew up with that. My dad taking me to matches from when I was a little kid. Um, and then obviously in 2013, because I was always going to games and my dad was always taking me to matches, then I kind of started doing the YouTube thing. So it was really like a natural fit for me to do. I know like nowadays, like kind of everyone's jumping into football YouTube and they're seeing that it's the big opportunity to kind of make great content and do great things and stuff like that. But it kind of happened by accident for me. Just going to games, being really enthusiastic about it and wanting to talk about it all the time. And then I saw something on, I think, Facebook, which was like, do you want to get involved in a Manchester United channel? And then kind of got involved, had no media experience, and it just grew from there really. But yeah, like my love for football, a love for Manchester United just started with my dad. Me and my dad going to games together, watching games together. I was just obsessed with Manchester United as a kid. Tried to copy David Beckham's hairstyles, all those kind of different things. So yeah, I was just me and my dad really, and then obviously my brother came along. My brother's loves it as well, so I kind of take my brother with me now. And yeah, I think it's just something that will just be passed down through generations. Really, I always find if you don't support the club that's local to you, you have to support your dad's team,
Okay, okay.
or vice versa, and that's how it happened for me, just through going with my dad and getting the bug for it. You kind of follow Cristiano Ronaldo back.
Yes, yes. That's how it started. That's how it's all started to me.
Yeah, so I got to see Ronaldo's like coming, like when he came through at United as just like a little kid. I got to see that kind of journey. So like it's quite amazing now to see the player he's become and like just, arguably the greatest player of all time, winning all those trophies, all the Ballon d'Ors and stuff. And like, I remember seeing him and my dad going like, it's a one trick pony, he can't do anything. Like just getting angry at him. And then he just became the greatest. Like it's quite phenomenal to see that as well. I've been lucky to see things like that over the years.
I saw reels on Instagram. The girl, like coach, dating coach, says when you go on the date, ask your boyfriend like whom he supports, Cristiano or Messi. And if he replies Cristiano, it means that it's like a kind of hardworking person, but can be like egoistic and everything. And if he picks up Messi, he's about talent. He's about of staying quiet and doing things. And like, guys, what if I don't support like none of them? What to do? Like, okay, tell me three things which annoy you about Manchester United. I will tell you mine. They can be like similar to yours. Like you can agree with mine. Like please comment. Like first thing, they cannot appoint a proper coach for like since Sir Alex. Like that's like the first one. Second, that they spend a lot of time for useless transfers. And and the third one, that they don't make any conclusions from their mistakes.
Probably spot on, to be fair. I think over the last, when did he leave now? 12 years ago. It's just been chopping and changing manager after manager, which has never been good for anybody, I don't think. I think it's why you see kind of like everyone talks about now they have to change the culture at the club and they have to do this. I think that's kind of started with us just kind of chopping, changing managers, not really being aware of the players that we've got, whether they suit those managers. It's like this summer we spend £200 million for Ten Hag, and then Ten Hag's gone. And it's like, all right, now we need to do that all over again, because there's never been any kind of foresight in their squad building or their squad recruitment. So I think, yeah, pretty spot on. I think just the three things that annoy me as well is, well, one of them is, the owners. We've never liked the Glazers. And now you've got Jim Ratcliffe and all these kind of people that have come in and got involved now. They're not really appeasing the fans much with a lot of the decisions that they're making at the moment. But yeah, the three things that annoy me would be player recruitment, the owners, and yeah, probably selection of managers as well. Although at some of the times I've been kind of happy with some of the managers we got. Although everyone knew Mourinho was going to be a failure at United. Like everyone said for years, we don't want Mourinho. And then they're kind of like, oh, actually, he's the only guy that can win us something. So yeah.
Okay, what's the three things you love about Manchester United?
I love the fact that academy players are important to the club. And, you know, kind of throughout all the years at Manchester United, we've obviously signed great players. You know, you look at the likes of Wayne Rooney, Rio Ferdinand, Cristiano Ronaldo. We've obviously made great signings over the years, Eric Cantona being another one of them. But their success has always coincided with there being great academy players and young players that come through at the club, either from the local area or, you know, wherever. Like sometimes we go and get Rafael and Fabio da Silva and bring them up through the academy. So I think the academy being important is one of the things that I love. Obviously, the history of the club makes it what it is. Like you wouldn't have. Sometimes it's like when we won the European Cup in 2008. Like it was 50 years on from the Munich air disaster, and it was 40 years on from us winning our first European Cup. Sometimes it feels like things are destined to be because of the history of the club. So that's probably it as well. Probably just the romance of it all. You know, it's a great story. And like the reason United are such a big club and people love them so much is obviously because of the success. But I think there's just a great story in there as well, and like that kind of never die attitude, that being able to rebuild when, you know, the Munich air disaster happened or various different things have happened within the club's history. Like hopefully we rebuild again, but like that kind of never say die attitude is another one as well. Did I say three things?
Yeah, I think so. My three
Yeah.
favorite things. Sir Alex Ferguson on the stands, chewing the gum despite the results. Then Gary Neville's comments on football on various topics. And the third one, Theatre of Dreams, the stadium, legendary stadium. I was
But
there
you never
just
said
once.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
No. Tell me right now, Manchester is blue?
No, it will never be blue. And they've got to do so much more than what they've done to make Manchester blue. Like Manchester United, like Manchester is red, and Manchester United are the biggest club in the country and arguably the world, although Real Madrid will have something to say about that.
Yeah.
Because of their history, because of everything that's gone before. So whilst the moment might be theirs, or the season might be theirs, or, you know, well, even in the last game we beat them, even though we're sitting far behind them in the table. But like, I think you've got to catch up with all of that before you can be considered to be the best. Like, you can't just win a couple of trophies. They've won a fair few trophies. You can't just win a few trophies and think it's over. Like, they've got a long, long way to go to catch 20 league titles, 3 European Cups.
In Premier League, there are a lot of Ukrainians. One of them is from my city, McKola from Everton. Of course, there is Dinchenko. There is also one, Yegor Yarmolyuk from Brentford. But I want to ask your opinion about Ilya Zabarny, because there is a lot of, like people talk about him. What's your opinion on him?
I'll be honest, I have not really paid attention to any of his career so far. Talking Ukraine though, like Andrei Shevchenko was the guy back in the day.
Yeah.
That's someone that I used to like to watch. Andrei Shevchenko, like, and I think it's disappointing that because Mudrik's from Ukraine as well, right?
Yeah.
McKola Mudrik. Like like everyone was excited to see him come to the Premier League. Such a big fee and stuff like that, and then didn't really live up to it, didn't really perform. There's been obviously some not so good headlines with him recently, about potential tests and positive tests and stuff like that. But like, yeah, it was a shame because he looked like the kind of player that could do well. Like he had the attributes to do well and just hasn't. I think that's a difficult thing with the Premier League. Like, if you don't start well, sometimes it can just be very, very quickly. Although, Evra Vidic started horrendously and then still turned it around. But yeah, like I'll be honest, I don't know too much about the young Bournemouth flag. Maybe I should know a little bit more.
Have you watched the series Ted Lasso?
No. You know what? Shall I tell you something about this year? Whenever I see clips of it, I always see people saying Ted Lasso is great and all this stuff. And then I see clips of it and I just think, what is this shit? Like, this looks so bad. Like, oh, maybe it's just me. Maybe I should give it a chance. But whenever I see clips of it, I just think this looks so cheesy and like makes me cringe a little bit. Is it? Do you like Ted Lasso? Is it?
I didn't watch. The question is, like, do you think someone with no experience but with talent, with coaching talent, like, can he build a successful team?
I don't think that's possible. I think you need to have some form of tactical awareness of football, and without knowing what football is, maybe you could be a great motivator. I think there's people that can motivate players and say the right thing to them to get them, to dig in and go to the last minute and different things like that. But you have to, like, especially nowadays, like everyone's a really good coach. Like Brighton have got great coaches. Like all these teams that used to just be at the bottom or the middle of the table can now compete with you in terms of making big signings, in terms of bringing in good coaches. I don't think you can just be a motivator and make it like that.
Did you hear about Ryan Reynolds' Wrexham?
Yeah, I've been paying attention to that. I kind of like the whole story of it. We kind of had similar with Salford City, with Manchester United's class of '92, kind of buying into Salford City and trying to boost up a lower league club. I do enjoy what I watched was it on Disney, the documentary, the Wrexham one.
Mm-hmm.
I watched some of that, and then I go to the pre-season tours with United. Well, not with United, following United every year. And there was one year we played Wrexham in San Diego, which was quite cool as well. And that was just like, when you go on a lot of these tours, Man United play Liverpool, Arsenal, whoever, all over the world. And usually the main focus of the day is Manchester United. Like, you'll see all the Manchester United shirts, you'll see everything like that. But then for that one, weirdly, it was like a PR event for Wrexham. It was quite crazy. Like Manchester United were kind of like the side course to like this whole Wrexham kind of circus going on in San Diego. But yeah, I've been intrigued by what they're doing, what Ryan Reynolds and it's the other guy as well. What's his name? Rob McElhenney. That's it.
Okay.
That's the guy. Yeah,
Okay.
it is interesting to see because then you've got so I'm from Birmingham and you got Birmingham City down the road and Tom Brady's kind of become a part of that ownership team there, which is kind of crazy to see, like, you know, one of the biggest names in sports, like at Birmingham City. And then you've got is it what's the actor's name? Is that Bournemouth? Is it Michael B. Jordan? I think he owns some of Bournemouth as well, who like aren't the biggest club really. Obviously, they're a Premier League club doing really well, but it's like crazy to see all these kind of Hollywood celebrities and stuff invested in football teams that are considered small, with no disrespect.
Why they do this? Because of love to football or for what?
Love for money, I think. If you get in there and then you take a club to the Premier League, that club could become a £1 billion team quite easily. There's a lot of money in the Premier League, and I think they're all kind of targeting getting there. And like everyone's watched Moneyball and watched all these different things of how you can do your recruitment and all that. So I think they're just trying to get to the Premier League for that. Those big, because the TV deals are incredible, like £1 billion TV deals. You know, there's all sorts of potential for them. So I think that's a big reason for it, is just get into the Premier League. And if you can spend £100 million, get in there, you're going to be eventually in a profit. Although running a football club for money is a little bit weird because you can lose so much as well.
What do you think? Money is ruining football?
The easy answer is yes, yeah. But I don't think that's the case. Like, there's some bad things with the money, and I think there's some good things with the money. If the money wasn't in the Premier League, or the Premier League wasn't attractive to all these TV companies and all these different people, then it wouldn't be what it is now. Like, even like if you look at like fan media and stuff that I'm a part of, if all of those eyes went on the Premier League, you're kind of irrelevant in the end. So I think obviously it brings bad things with it. And I think you see this influx of like we were talking about American owners coming into the game, and then like, do you remember the whole Super League thing, like trying to take away the biggest clubs from England, Spain, Italy, and creating their own league and stuff like that? I think those kind of things are bad, but ultimately I think the sport has benefited from it really as well. But then the sport, the league's made it what it is to be attractive to those sponsors as well. So I guess it's a weird give take, but I think there's good and bad things about money, but there's a lot of bad, like the transfer fees are ridiculous. The wages are ridiculous sometimes. But then you can't argue the footballers getting a lot of money, because without them, the sport isn't what it is. Without their dedication and all that to being professionals, the sport isn't what it is. So I guess they kind of deserve it as well.
Okay. Do you watch only Premier League or other leagues too?
Mainly Premier League, but I like the Championship in England. Like, I think the second league, the league just below the Premier League, I think it's a crazy league, man. And you look at some of the teams in there, and most of the teams could be or should be Premier League teams by size of the club, but they just find themselves in the second tier. I do like the Championship. Obviously, I enjoy watching Spanish football at the top level. That's probably the league. When I was a kid, it used to be the Italian league that I would watch the most, because you get to see R9 playing for Inter Milan and all these different great players. I used to love Pippo
Andriy
Inzaghi.
Shevchenko again.
Yeah, Shevchenko. I used to love Pippo Inzaghi, Gabriel Battistuta, Adriano. Like, so Italian league used to be the one that we'd watch, but now it's more the Spanish league, especially like when you had the Ronaldo versus Messi thing, Mourinho versus Pep. I think the Spanish league has become the one that I'm more inclined to watch. And I do love Real Madrid as well. I think they're such a great club.
Do you play FIFA?
I used to.
Okay.
And then what's happened is because I've got a bit older now. So like, again, I like when I play FIFA, I want to play with my friends. I don't want to play. I don't like sitting there playing on my own and playing online or Ultimate Team or whatever. Like, so I haven't bought it for 2 or 3 years. But then even when I was buying it towards the end, I was never really playing it. Like the last time me and my friends could get on was probably during COVID. Like I'm the only one that doesn't really have a real job, right? I get to talk about football and like everyone else, all of my mates, they have real jobs and they're working hard or whatever. And it's difficult to get us all online. So I don't really play anymore.
And what about fantasy football? No.
You know what happens, yeah? I, I, I start a team at the start of the season and then I'll put Marcus Rashford or whoever in it. And then they'll have a bad start to the season and I'll just think, oh, forget it. I can't be bothered anymore. Or I forget to change my team or just different things like that. I never stick to it with fantasy football. And this year we tried to put some money on it. Not a lot, but me and my friends tried to do a little league where, whoever loses buys dinner. And I've given up on that as well. Like I just never stick to it with fantasy football. So no, that's not I do like playing Football Manager when I can.
Okay.
It's a bit geeky and statty and stuff like that, but I do enjoy playing that maybe more than FIFA or fantasy football now. So yeah, that's kind of like where I get my fix for football gaming.
What do you think poker and football have in common?
I personally think poker should be considered a sport, personally. Because it is, obviously there's luck attached to it and people say there's gambling involved, but there's so much more going on. Like it's kind of like chess in a way, like where everyone's thinking of all these different kind of outcomes and situations and calculations in their head. But what does it have in common with football? I suppose it has a lot of, sometimes it's great with a drink, which is good as well, like football in a way, as a spectator. But I just think the tactical side to it, maybe there is a little bit of a tactical edge to it sometimes, and trying to lure your opponent in. I like it because it's a break from football for me,
Mm-hmm.
Like I have to talk about Manchester United losing pretty much all the time nowadays. And I like it being a break from what I do on a day-to-day basis. Like I really enjoy that. But then you kind of see all these footballers like Gerard Piqué, Sergio Aguero, Ronaldo, R9, like all these guys, Neymar, like they all love it. And I think what they're chasing is that obviously for them, they replace scoring goals and the feel of the crowd with that. Like, if you go in your head, oh, I need a jack on this river, and a jack comes, it feels like you've scored it feels like your team has scored a goal. Like that feeling is, and I didn't think it could be replicated. Like as a football fan, that is what you go every game for, that feeling of like, fuck yes, like that feeling is just, you can't really replicate that. But I suppose you can in a way when you're playing poker and you need that last minute winner, like, and it comes, like, it's incredible. That feeling is nuts.
Speaking about the teams, football is a team sport. That's probably one of the reasons why it's more popular than poker to watch. Like, do you think it's possible to create some kind of like teams in poker? For example, like in Formula One, we pick up like 3 players and we register to the tournament and we like have our own personal goal, like, and then there will be like collective result. Do you
Pick
think
up
it's
points
possible?
kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think they kind of had something similar to that in the women's festival, didn't they? Where they kind of had a male and a female player were kind of teamed up, and whichever couple got furthest, even though their results were individual of each other, but the couple that got furthest kind of won an extra prize, which I thought was quite interesting, quite cool. But I do like that idea of like the F1 kind of style thing, having, maybe you could do it on like an international thing where you got 3 players from England, 3 players from Brazil, or, all that, and kind of do like a World Cup style, F1 style kind of Yeah, I think that'd be
There
great.
were some like this, but like, do you think it has a chance to be popular, to make it like more often tournaments like this? Does it make sense?
Maybe. I wouldn't really know enough about what poker players. I suppose that's a question for you. Like, are poker players interested? Because poker players, whilst I find like poker players have this great community and they're all learning off each other and everyone's talking about hands or whatever, and kind of picking up little bits of information. They also like are very individualistic. Like if like even if one of their friends wins, if they don't, they're still unhappy, right? So as a poker player, could you find any enjoyment in a team thing if you're not successful? Like if you're not winning but your team is, would you still be happy? Like I don't know.
I don't know.
That's a
It
question
can
for
be
you, not
fun.
me.
It can be fun because poker, it's like individual game and you rely on yourself. But playing in a team, why not? And just in case, you can also have transfers.
Yeah,
Why
there'd
not?
be some big money transfers going on. What would your two teammates be? You could pick any two players.
Any
Who
two
would your two
players.
teammates be?
Okay, I pick up Marley.
Yeah.
Marley, and we need some man. I don't know. I don't know. Jessie Lonis is fine for the team. Just, or maybe another girl. I don't know.
Yeah, Mars is a great player.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Always ends up on my table taking my chips as well.
She can do that, and she will, like, when she's at your table and she's taking your chips, you do not regret. Okay, take it, like, whatever. Whatever. I like you. If we created analytical shows in poker, like on Sky Sports, like, and they are poker legends, discuss the tournaments, does it have a chance for live?
Probably, yeah. Probably because one of the things that I enjoy about watching poker streamers and all those kind of things is I find I learn a lot as well. Like when someone's speaking through their hand or speaking through what they're thinking at the time or were thinking at the time, you pick up a lot of different things. And whilst a lot of the theory and stuff is the same, some people will make different decisions based on different reasons. So yeah, I think there's room for that. Although you kind of have it, you just don't have kind of like these polished broadcasts and stuff like that. But all of these YouTubers that are streaming and doing their thing, a lot of them are analyzing the game as they go through it, which is kind of weird. Like you don't watch football and hear the tactical analysis like live while the game's happening. And I suppose poker players kind of do that while they're playing, speaking through what they're doing. But yeah, I think there's room for that because there's so much to think about when you're playing. I realized that when I started doing my coaching sessions, and you're like, at the start, you're just going by what your gut feeling is or stuff like that. And then you realize that not everybody's playing like that. They're thinking 3, 4, 5 steps ahead of what you were thinking. So yeah, I think there's definitely room for that.
Is it possible that poker fans be same passionate as football fans can be?
One of my favorite things about I think the Brazilians have done it. I think the Argentinians do it as well. I can't remember what. I think it was maybe a World Series event, and an Argentinian guy won, and he was probably around the time.
Millionaire maker, like Franco Spitale, a friend of mine, he won. Yeah, and
like all the crowd were going nuts, and they were singing Messi songs and all these kind of different things.
Yeah.
I like that. Like, you kind of get it in the Irish Open sometimes as well, but then you go into some places and if you speak too loudly or you shout too loudly, it's a bit frowned upon. So I kind of like that energy in the room where people are cheering and stuff. But then I've never been on the side of, I've never had a bad beat and had people cheering for the other guy in the room. Like maybe I would react badly to that if it happened. I don't know. But I would like there to be more of that. I think it would make it a little bit more interesting, a little bit more edge to it.
What about you? Are you like a passionate fan? Like,
yeah, I don't shut up. Like when I go to football games, I enjoy going to have a little sing song and have just a release from just the everyday kind of thing. And like, yeah, it's something that I remember going with my dad and being like, can I, like, certain song, there's a swear in it when I was a kid, I'd be like, can I sing this song today? Like, while we're there. And it's like, while you're in the stadium, you could sing what you want. Yeah. When you get outside, you have to shut up. So like, no, I've always been that guy that just goes to games and really enjoys what I'm doing. Like where I've sat at Old Trafford, I've sat there now for like over 15 years. So you kind of get to know everybody around you. You get, get to know everyone's habits, what their favorite songs are, who's starting what song. So yeah, I enjoy being vocal. I usually, if United have done well, I usually leave and my voice is gone, which means we've done all right.
And when in poker, when you lose a hand or you win a hand, are you emotional or no?
Yeah,
Yeah.
very. I think what's weird about it as well is like with poker, like for example, I cashed my first EPT main event. It took me ages to do that. And like, because I was doing well in the UK IPTs, I thought it will just translate to EPTs. And obviously EPTs, the bigger fields, you have to last longer to get to the money and all those kind of things. And yeah, I remember before Prague, I was just like, you just got to cash, like get over the hump, try and break the curse. And then when I cashed and I think I made it to like 100 and something, right? But then once you're out, yeah, you're still heartbroken because you're like, I could have got that far or I could have got that far. So unless you win the tournament, you're always going to be disappointed about where you finished.
Yeah.
Even if it's your best score ever, because you think about the moments where you could have done better, or you think about the hands where, just one card and it, you're better off. So yeah, there is a little bit of that. I remember I played the last PSPC in Bahamas. On day 2, I was involved in a hand which would have made me like chip leader or something in the whole room, right? And on the turn, I had a set, and the guy called with like either an open ender or a gut shot, but he hit it on the river. And I remember just walking around, like I'm in the Bahamas, this beautiful place, and I was just like, I fucking hate myself right now. Like this is the worst feeling ever. I remember just feeling like just the worst thing had happened, and it was like I couldn't think straight for so long. It was just horrible, and like, oh sorry. And I was in like the Bahamas, like, shut up, go have a drink, sit on the beach or something, you know what I mean? But I couldn't shake it. I was in such a bad mood for a long time. And I suppose that's why you love it as well, because it can create that emotion of, I really wanted to win that and you didn't. But there's always another time. I always find as well, if you just jump into another tournament, you kind of forget about everything that went before it, which I think is good as well.
I don't know. I play for so long. I like, it's like, I envy you that you are so emotional. I don't care, honestly. It happened to me so many times. I don't care. I don't know. Like, I wish I was like that, but
why is that because it's just, you understand the odds a little bit more and you know that, even if something is 10%, it can still happen? Or is it just because you've seen everything?
Yeah. It's kind of like, professional deformation. Like you become indifferent, probably. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's just like my character is like this. I am like, okay, poker face, not that emotional. But when I'm on the stadium, I am like, I like to express the emotions over there. And now it's time for my favorite segment, Turbo Blitz with Olga. I ask you short questions. You answer short or long, up to you. But like, you need to answer quick. Just go with your gut. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Let's do this. Do you believe in God?
Yes.
What's your favorite movie?
I always say 3, The Godfather,
Okay.
Snatch, which Snatch is a Guy Ritchie film. If you've seen it, Brad Pitt in it and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's a classic, but Lion King, the original Lion King, 1994 version. That's one of my favorite films.
Okay. Nice. Didn't know like that you can be like this. Do you cry or no?
No, not really.
Not really?
There's one film, I don't know, It's a really niche film. It's called Champ, right? And it's about a boxer, but he also looks after horses. And there's a really sad scene in that film, right? And that sometimes gets to me. But I don't know. I think that might be because it was like my grandma used to watch that film and stuff like that as well. But there's a really bad scene in that where it's just horrible. So that nearly sends me there. But
Okay.
no, I'm not really a crier watching films and stuff
Okay.
like that.
Okay. Not sentimental.
No, I am. I am very soft, but I don't know. I just never cried over a
Okay.
film, I don't think.
Okay.
Or maybe I've wiped it out of my memory and pretend it never happened.
Next one. What's your worst habit? A worst bad habit?
My bad habit there is sometimes, even though I'm tired, I'll still be awake at 3 a.m. and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing here? Why have I not gone to sleep? But I've ended up watching South Park or something all night. So that's my worst habit.
Okay.
I used to bite my nails as well, which is bad. It happens when I watch football. And I hate the fact that I do that. I remember my mom used to put like these things on my nails where like it would taste nasty. So if you
Oh.
bit your nail, it would taste horrible. But then I'd still do it. I was like, what?
Okay. Okay. You suffer and you do.
Yeah, I still do it. Yeah.
Okay.
That's disgusting as well.
Okay. Would you give up a finger for the chance to coach Manchester United for a year?
I don't have to. But if I had to.
Yeah.
No,
No?
have you seen that crap? What, give up a finger to go watch Anthony drive me crazy? I don't know. I'm good.
Okay. Do you like cooking?
No.
No.
I use delivery apps far too much.
If you could eat only one dish for the rest of your life, what would it be?
I'd go with like Italian food. If I could only eat a type of food, like I love a pasta and I love like all the Italians. Yeah, I'd probably go with Italian food actually.
That love came from when you were watching Serie A and
Yeah.
all these guys. Yeah, Italian food is good. Okay. What's the dumbest thing you've ever bought?
I spent like the other day. The bad thing I do, I buy a lot of clothes and trainers a lot, and then sometimes I'll be looking and I didn't know I had this, and I've never worn it, or I wear. This is a bad habit as well. So like, if I wear something on camera, I think in my head I think I can't wear it again.
Okay.
But really, I can like it's my clothes, right? I can wear them as many times as I want. So like sometimes I'll think, oh, I've worn that on camera, so I can't wear it now. But really, I can. It's probably wasting money on clothes.
Do you mean like you cannot wear it on camera again or like in your life?
A little bit of both. I'm on camera a lot, which is the problem. Like I'd probably film 4 out of the 7 days a week, at least, maybe 5.
Wow. That's a lot.
So yeah, so sometimes it's probably that. I think I can't repeat an outfit, but need to start doing it more.
So you're like shopaholic, like you buy a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but it's all online, yeah. So I just buy everything online, and I think, where did this come
Okay.
from?
Okay.
But I've got trainers that I've bought that I've never worn.
What's a skill you wish you had but don't?
One that I wish I'd like. So when I went to university, right, I did a law degree,
Mm-hmm.
and I've got a law degree and I don't use it. So I wish when I went to university, I did something that was more suitable to what I'm doing now, like video editing or like everything that I learn about editing is off some kid on YouTube showing me how to do something. So I wish I kind of did a degree that's more suitable to my career now.
Okay. Yeah. That's like mostly
Like
about everyone.
videography or video editing or stuff like that. I think it'd be more suitable to what I'm doing now because I'm never going to use my law degree.
But it gives you other opportunities in life, I think. Like I admire people who somehow connected their life with law. At least like when you were studying it, like it was hard. So like you had some hardships.
I remember doing it and then just thinking, I'm not enjoying it. One, like I enjoyed it for the first few years, but then I thought, I don't really enjoy this now.
Why did you go there then? Like, was it your desire or your parents?
It was like, I wanted to graduate more for my parents, but more also like, I think at that age, I was just like, I need to get a well-paid job. A well-paid job is being a lawyer, do a law degree. And I was kind of interested in criminal law and stuff. But then once you do the degree, you're doing about everything: contract law, tort law, like all these different laws. And it's just like, most of it to me is boring. So then I fell out of love with doing it. And then by the time I got the degree, I remember like being in class thinking, if I went for a job interview with all of my classmates here, they are more passionate about it than me, and they would get the job, right? Like, I wouldn't get it. So I remember just kind of thinking, oh, it's not for me anymore. And I just kind of had it just for a photo for my mom and dad in the end. But yeah, I wish I did something more suitable, but I didn't know what was to come. I didn't know that I'd end up doing YouTube for a living.
Because when you were starting, probably like it was not that like promising like it's now. Because like in my country, like 10 years ago, to become a lawyer or something like connected to economy was like the best profession. And there were a lot of these students, and I'm sure like that most of them do not work as lawyers and didn't connect their life to it like in any way. So it was time like that. Like, so don't blame yourself.
One of the things that it helped me with, though, was we used to, there was this kind of part of it called advocacy, which is basically speaking in public, right?
Mm.
And I suppose I use that now
You see,
because in a way, maybe it was worth it after all.
and also like when you have your opinion, you can convince people to be on your side because you know how to do it. So it's also good. What's more stressful for you, a date or a poker tournament?
Poker tournament.
Okay. Would you rather be rich and boring or poor and interesting?
That's a good question. Poor and no. Wait, how poor are you in this?
I have no idea. Like there is only like two options.
Yeah, poor and interesting.
Poor and interesting.
As long as it's not too poor.
I would like to try both and then say like
Yeah. That's
because
probably
it's
the best way.
difficult. What's your favorite way to spend the weekend? Don't say that cry after football games.
Yeah, that is the answer, really.
Like suffering.
You know what? Poker's my escape now. You know, like I really enjoy playing poker. Maybe like going for dinner, having a fun cash game with some friends, having a few drinks. Maybe that kind of thing now.
Okay.
Like if I go out with the lads or something like that, I just think, oh, what am I doing out here? Like, I can't do the whole nights out thing anymore. I just not got it in me. They not got it in me anymore.
I like to go out and eat because it's the good way to cope with stress. Especially after poker, I go eat and like it's all gone. Like I don't care anymore about anything. What's the best compliment you've ever received?
One of the best compliments I received, actually, was I remember some guy kind of saying, like, he watches us as like an escape from his problems in life and stuff like that. And I think that touched me a little bit. He nearly made me cry when he told me. And like, because we just go online and just talk rubbish about football, and we don't really think about who's watching or how they're taking it or how they're feeling or whatever. And kind of knowing that we could be kind of like a crutch for people or an escape for people that maybe have issues in their life. That kind of like touched me a little bit. So that probably is it.
But after you heard this, didn't it like make you feel bigger responsibility for what you are doing? No?
Yes and no. Because the reason they like us is just because we're just idiots who talk about football on the internet, right? So if you think any deeper than that, you maybe you change, or maybe you don't be what was attracted to them in the first place. So no, maybe it should, but it didn't.
Okay. Okay. Next one. Describe your dream wedding.
I'll be on just on a beach somewhere. Not
Yeah.
too many people. Not too many people. Yeah. I kind of because what happens is you just have hundreds of people there who are just there for food, innit? Like that's why we all go. It's just for food.
What do you value in people?
I like just being able to have a laugh with someone, you know. I think that's the best thing. Like, just most of my friends are my friends because we just talk rubbish, and we just act, not like children, but we just act like we're in school again. Like, most of my friends that I have at home that don't do YouTube and don't do things like that, like, we're all just friends from school. Like, we all have the same weird sense of humor. We all just take the piss out of each other constantly. So yeah, probably that.
I love like sense of humor in people, like also. The last one. Who's your favorite superhero?
I don't like Batman and stuff like that.
So you're on the Joker side?
Probably. But as a kid, I don't like, as a kid, the cartoons that I watched and stuff weren't really superhero cartoons. Which superhero? Probably Spider-Man, you know.
Okay.
But I mean, don't really care. Marvel and DC aren't really my thing. Although I watched have you watched the new Penguin?
No.
It's like, I know I've just said that I don't like superhero stuff,
Okay.
but that is so good. Like, it's so good. Like, it's one of the best bits of television I've seen in a long time. Colin Farrell's amazing in it.
Do you recommend?
Yeah. So my favorite superhero is the Penguin.
Okay. Okay. I probably should start this at the beginning of our podcast, but when I Googled you, there was not too many information about you, not too much information about you. Like, can you tell me about your childhood? How did you study? What were your interests? What were your hobbies? Like, tell me something the world needs to know about you.
My mom and dad had me when they were quite young. So my parents are quite young compared to most of the people's parents. So I grew up, my mom and dad split up when I was like 7, 8. And then I'd spend time backwards, and like on the weekends I'd spend with my dad and stuff. And that's how we just started, like, just going to football games was our thing. Watching football was our thing. Spending that time together. Obviously my mom's from Ireland, my dad's from India. I don't think a lot of people, well, my mom was born in Ireland, my dad was born here, but his parents are from India. So I think a lot of people don't really know what I am. That's something that a lot of people don't know. And because Adam's my name, and McKola's like, so my mom's surname's McElroy, my dad's surname's Kola, and I just kind of stuck them together and made like a name for YouTube.
Okay.
So like, a lot of people think that's like my real, well, it is my name, but it's kind of like a shortened down version of both of the names. But yeah, just as a kid, just remember just playing football all the time. Like, literally what I do now is a dream come true to me, really, like, because when I was a kid, all I used to do was play football, talk about football, watch football, just do everything about Manchester United.
Tell me, like, what were like other important things in your life besides football then and now?
Yeah, just, I don't know, I spent a lot of time just with my cousins and stuff like that when I was a kid as well. Because my brother was born when I was like 6. So I was an only child for a little bit. And then obviously he was quite young. So I'd spend a lot of times with my older cousins, just kind of following them around. But it was really just football based, playing for football teams, just doing all that stuff. I had a real simple childhood.
Did you go in for football or was it like fun?
I was never good enough, really. Obviously, at school level, we had one of the best teams in Birmingham, to be fair, at school level, in primary school. And then secondary school, it
What
was
was
just,
your position?
I used to play left wing.
Okay.
I'm left-footed, so I used to play. I used to play left wing, and then as I got older, I used to play a little bit of left back as well. I played football like regularly, probably until I was about 20, 24, maybe
Mm-hmm.
23, 24, and then I started doing YouTube. And any team that I played for, they obviously go training, they do all that kind of thing, and I could never commit to go into training and stuff. So I just stopped playing regularly, which I miss. I miss that a lot. I wish I could still do that. Playing football regularly and things like that.
Did you ever have a desire to become a professional football player? Like, wish?
Everybody does, don't they? Though, but it's so difficult to do. And nowadays, you see parents kind of forcing their kids into it because they know it's like a lucrative opportunity. If your kid becomes a professional footballer, obviously you're all probably set for life. But back then, it was just more of a like, we just loved playing football. Like, I remember football fans were kind of seen as the geeks back then. And nowadays, everybody loves football. Like, no matter who you talk to, everyone has a football team, everyone plays FIFA. And like, we were kind of seen as like the geeks back then, or the nerds about football and stuff like that. But yeah, I wanted to. I remember like, our school used to have like training days and coaching days with Aston Villa, and you'd think this is my big opportunity to get somewhere, but no, it never really happened, really. I just played at kind of like a lower level in and around the city.
And now, like, how you like to spend your time when you are not like into football or poker? Like, do you have other activities to do?
Yeah, I don't know. I like going on holidays a lot. That's kind of like my thing. I like to travel and see different places. I like going back to Barbados a lot. I got family over there
Where? Where?
in Barbados, in the Caribbean. It's one of my favorite places to
Okay.
go. So I like to go over there. I like to go to new places as well, places that I haven't been, try and check out different places. But yeah, just traveling around, really. Like, when I didn't go on a plane for a long time when I was a kid. Like, we'd go over to Ireland on the ferry and stuff, but I didn't really go on a plane till I was like in my teens. And then obviously when I've had an opportunity to kind of do what I'm doing now, it presents myself with obviously the time to be able to go and do things, a little bit more money to be able to go and do things. And like, I've just taken the opportunity of just traveling about as much as possible and going to places that maybe I wouldn't get the opportunity to. So I like to be able to do that. I'm quite lucky now to have gone to a lot of places that I've always wanted to go to, even though there's a few more I need to tick off.
You've been to India?
Yeah, I have. The first time I went was like 2010 or 11, maybe '09 actually, but around '09, 10, and then I've been back ever since, probably about 4 or 5 times. Usually go to Goa now because Goa is just like a beautiful place to go. But the first time I went to like Mumbai, Agra, where the Taj Mahal is, Delhi. My dad's family's from Gujarat there, so I went back to where they were from, got to see like the house. Because my great grandma came over to England, and she like came over on her own with like 6, 7, like 5 or 6 kids, I think. Like, so she kind of worked really, really hard to get over here, and like we got to go back and see her house, which was quite cool as well. But yeah, I've been back to India a few times, and now whenever I go back, usually just go back to Goa. Such a beautiful place.
I've never been. It's on my wish list, but I need like 2 weeks for to explore the country.
Yeah.
Probably to go to Bollywood. I don't know, just to have fun. Yeah, never been, but I want to go.
I want Manchester United to go to India. Like, I think around COVID they were supposed to go on a pre-season tour, and then COVID happened, so it got cancelled. But like, seeing United out there would be nuts. Because I have a lot of, obviously my dad's Indian, and then I have a lot of people that kind of follow us, that message us all the time, that are from India. And because they see me doing what I'm doing, they kind of feel attached to that as well. So it'd be cool to go out there and kind of see United out there. I think it'd be chaos.
Like, and they go there like for what? For training? For like tour? Like,
Yeah, so it'd be a pre-season friendly, wouldn't it?
oh, okay. Okay.
How they usually go to America. We've been to they did 1 year where they went to like Singapore and Australia, Thailand and Australia, and then America's been like last year it was Los Angeles, San Diego, South Carolina. I got to go there, which was weird because it's a place I'd never go. So yeah, I'd like them to go back over to Asia at some point and maybe do India, which would be sick.
I think it's good to do this because, people in America, they are not like really into football. Like they have other sports they like. And I think that when teams like this go there, it's I don't know, making it more popular. I don't know.
But I think Americans love
Attracting
it
more
now.
fans.
Americans love it. Like it's gone so big over there. Like you travel around, you go into different bars, different pubs, you usually see football.
Yes, but it's not that popular as in Europe.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's number one in Europe, isn't it? And in America, you got obviously NBA, NFL, and baseball and things like that. But I think football's getting a lot more popular over there now.
And like during Euros and World Cups, like it's usually in summer, and like I'm there for WSOP, and all the games are in the morning. And people in America, they don't really like in the games. They're not like us. Like I think.
Yeah.
But they will have their World Cup. Let's see, like which work they will do.
I think the World Cup will be interesting because the stadiums over there, I've been fortunate to go to a lot of the stadiums over there, and the stadiums are just massive. Like they're crazy. But it is like, I remember going to the first time I went to America for football was in like 2015.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know what to expect. Like, I was like, this isn't going to be as big over there. And then I remember going into a pub and feeling like I just walked into a pub in Manchester. Like, it was crazy the way they were singing the songs and everything. Like, just like us. Like, it was mad. But it's getting bigger over there. Yeah. And obviously, you see the likes of like Messi over there now. It's only going to
Were they locals? You sure?
Yeah, they were.
Okay.
It was nuts. It was nuts.
Okay, maybe they were just tourists, and I don't know. Okay, let's see. I'm very curious about this World Cup in America and Mexico. Let's see. Wanna go there for sure. Okay, thank you, Adam, for your time, for our conversation, and
Yeah, it's been good fun.
I wish you to have at least 1 million subscribers on your YouTube channel.
Thank you.
For
Maybe
your
one
time.
day. Get that million plaque would be so good. Been doing it for 11 years now, so like my main channel's got around 700,000. It's been stuck around there for a while, so that's the dream. But yeah, I appreciate it. It's been a good chat as well. Enjoy it. Always like talking about poker too. Like whenever I could chat about poker, it's a nice release from moaning about Manchester United at some point.
And one more question. You said that you were on camera like 5 times per week, like, and you talk a lot. Did it happen to you when you come back and you just don't want to talk about anything? You want to be silent, or you are always like this, in a good mood, speaking everything?
You know what? When we win, yeah, I talk about it every single day, yeah. But when we lose, sometimes I won't even make a video, like, which I can't usually get away with, yeah. But sometimes I'm just like, I don't want to do it anymore. I just can't talk about it. So I kind of mess myself up sometimes with that. But yeah, I like to just chill. I like my own company sometimes, or just sitting in silence is good, which is usually the case now because United just make me cry anyway.
Thank you so much again. Thank you so much.
Absolute pleasure. Thank you for having us.
Thank you, guys. We'll meet soon. Have fun. Please like, subscribe, and leave the comments. See you next time.